My name is Hesham Nazih. I'm a film composer. I did the music for Moon Knight. I guess that would be it.
I know I read an interview recently where you said you had a moment when you were scoring or conducting and you realized I'm scoring a superhero movie. What defines a superhero score for you?
Ooh, that's a big one. I don't know. Heroes are super. Imagine a superhero. I mean, that's a super extra thing that we like to believe they're real and they exist and we need them and they are on our sides. They are our friends, they are our allies, and we want to team up with them as an audience. So I think music should carry this, the amicality, the sense of friendship and you know emotional tie you carry to a superhero because he's your ally. You want to be with him, you want to go with him, you want to fight with him. In your imagination, you have it should carry the sense of beautiful dream that you would like to come true because you would dream of such heroism and heroic incidents and actions and stuff. And then it all need to be carried within this sheer momentum and big sounds. I mean, big is not doing the it's not the right word to use, but it's big sound, that sheer momentum of power, rights. Yeah.
In a superhero property like Moon Knight, how do you balance that big bombastic "this is a superhero"
Bombastic is a
sound
very good, yeah.
with the necessity for delicacy and intimacy and real sentimentality sometimes during scenes where that's appropriate? How do you balance those two forces coming together in one show?
You mean how do I balance between the big moments and the sentimental and the
Exactly.
emotional?
What was your approach to balancing those two things in Moon Knight?
It's not difficult, It's not difficult. It is not such. I mean, because music is music. It starts with a whistle, and it can go along with like 1,000 people playing in a stage. So still is music, and everything in between is music. So you're entitled as a composer to do just one single instrument depicting an emotion to this superhero. He might be down for instance. He might be doubting himself, herself, for a moment, and then a flush of power and puissance comes along afterwards. So we have so many instruments to use. We have so many. The palette is so wide and big. So yeah, this is how I use it to minimalize everything and maximize everything and everything in between. It is so at the fingertips of my hand.
You mentioned how we have so many instruments at our fingertips. Were there any specific instruments that you associated with only one character? And if so, how did that instrument help define that character?
In Moon Knight,
Yes.
I have associated. Yeah, no, not instruments as much as sometimes when you play many instruments in unison, you're playing all together the same motif with no in unison, just perfect unison. It feels like you are narrowing the scope to one single word, one single phrase. It's like you're focusing on one single person or character. I did that with Harrow so many times because Harrow is a very intense character, very intense. He moves slowly, talks slowly, doesn't have to rush in. He doesn't feel like he has to do things. He knows that he will get at you. He knows that you are not going to avoid him. He will knows that you're not going to resist him. So he's moving slowly. So I was trying to gather all the sound in one single motif and phrase. But with Moon Knight, on the other hand, no, I opted for the large and big, wide sound using everything, brass with strings, quiet, all at once, with multitude of sometimes movement, sometimes harmonic lines. So because he's wide, he's rich, he's full of so many things. The suit that he puts on represents so many things: agony, rage, anger, rightfulness, righteousness, and hope, and yeah.
Okay. Was there ever any doubt in your mind that the orchestral sound wouldn't work with the Egyptian folk instruments? And when did you realize, oh, this is perfect, this is really working?
Well, while working, I realized that they sit perfectly together. We're now blessed with amazing sound library and samples. But back in time, when you do a mock-up and then you go record it, you usually feel, oh wow, what happened? It sounds so different. But now it is so amazingly crafted, the samples, so that it gives you a near accurate result. You wouldn't be much disappointed, you would be much, you need to think twice of what you've done because, oh, I knew how's it going to sound like in the end. So while working and while using stuff and trying the Egyptian instruments onto the orchestral soundscape, it all fell in place. It all was sitting perfectly fine within the orchestral elements. So yeah, I knew it's gonna work. At some point in time, it was a decision of how much dosage or Egyptian dose you need to inject in this moment. How little and when you'd like to withdraw it and put the orchestra up front or leave it all by themselves. It was all a question of that.
Can you talk about your relationship with Dave Jordan and were there any particular suggestions or lessons that he imparted to you that you found of real interest or helpfulness?
Dave's an amazing person. I mean, people at Marvel, they are all amazing. Dave Jordan is a fantastic person, and I met him on Zoom, the first meeting. In a few minutes, I felt like, when you knew a person for years, and everything felt so natural talking, and words kept pouring in, and ideas kept pouring in, and I felt so comfortable working with him, talking to him, and suggesting ideas and projecting ideas to him, and of course asking him for guidance and he was so helpful because when you step into a new realm like the realm of Marvel, for someone like me who's 1,000 miles away from this, not just physically 1,000 miles away in the type of music I was writing for, the type of project and the type of films I was scoring music to as well, I needed a gentle, firm hand to take me on to and show me the way, which he did perfectly, along with all the other music team as well. Really, Trey Gitzoven and Anna Leonicor and everybody else.
Now that you've had a taste of it, so to speak, if there was another property that you could tackle as a composer, regardless of rights issues and whatnot, what would you like to take a crack at as a composer?
Everything. I mean, I want to do everything. I'm not. I think I was thinking of myself of one of those composers who, there are some who's very known of thriller music or romance or drama. I think of myself I wanna track the whole globe. I wanna musically go everywhere. I may not be good at everything, but I wanna go everywhere. I wanna knock all doors. I wanna walk all roads. And, I wanna feel it when it's hot. I wanna feel it when it's so cold. I wanna feel it musically speaking. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Everything's a great answer. Is there a particular instrument that you haven't had chance to work into a score yet, but you're really looking for that opportunity to introduce it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All the Asian fantastic instruments like the sarangi, the erhu, and many other stuff. I was in Portugal a few years ago and I found the very first time I found a Portuguese guitar. Have you ever seen that before? It's an amazing instrument. I don't know how didn't anyone use it. It doesn't exist outside of Portugal. It's pretty much look to a guitar. It's different. The keys are different, and it's a double string, and it sounds amazing. Yeah, so many fabulous instruments out there I did not use that I will intend to use.
Great. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.